Hey guys, this is Paul. So right now I want to kind of explain a little bit of difference between an element and a compound. So there are, we'll say, 5 different elements that you can play in this game. You've got carbon, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, and sulfur. So an element is a single card. So this would be an element. Oxygen 2 would also be an element. So it's basically the card, it doesn't have anything to do with the number. So this would also be an element card. Now a compound is 2 or more element cards together, bound together. In the play, you will have the turn guide, which tells you at the very beginning of your turn to collect any markers and discard any unbound element cards. So if I were to play a carbon on, we'll say, arsenic poisoning, then on my turn I would have to put a token down. Now because that's a single element, I can't bond that to anything. It has to be with something else to bring it together. You can't bond it to the disease card. You know, this is basically just a placeholder to kind of show you what's going on. So I cannot put anything else on there and I cannot bond it. So it would be up to the next player to hopefully have something that they could bond to. So we will say they have an H1. So they play that, they put their token on it, and they say, hey, I am going to polar covalent both of those together. So I'm going to combine any 2 elements or compounds. And that would then remove both of these because they're no longer elements and they don't need our tokens. And they would now be represented as a compound. Now if you notice on the cards, you will have one side that says element and one side that says compound. And this is just an easy way of housekeeping when you're stacking them to say if this shows, you know, these are both elements. But if we move to the other side, they're now compounds. Ooh. So again, that's a quick way just to look at it and see kind of what's going on. The other way is just to put it on a specific side of the disease card. So if they're unbound elements floating around, you have them over there. Once you bind them, go ahead and shake those tokens off and move them to the compound side. Now you can either put them underneath the card and stack them off to the side so you just see carbon 1 or hydrogen 1, or you can have them floating off just as far as you want, as far as you're comfortable, to kind of represent that. So anyway, that is a quick representation of what is an element and what is a compound.